Welcome back to Citywide Blackout, your home for music, movies, and more. I'm your host, Max Bowen. In this episode, LA-based pop artist Nadia Vaeh joins me in an Instagram Live interview to talk about her new single, Anxiety. The song deals with mental health struggles and how people experience and cope with them. We also dive into the music video for the new single and her partnering with Music Cares, which raises funds to support musicians in need. Nadia Vaeh joins us all the way from LA. How's it going, Nadia?
Pretty swell. How are you doing?
Since
we last spoke.
That's right. Yeah, only a few months ago. And we had like so much fun. We had to come back and do it again.
Yes.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Just living the dream, basically, doing this stuff. Of course, you have been up to quite a bit. You just released a new single, Anxiety, and a music video for it. And folks, check out the music video if you haven't already, because it's really, really good. I really loved it. It's very intense. But I got a bunch of questions for you. And of course, for the folks watching, if you got questions of your own, put them all below. You got comments. Bish and Chip says, "Hi, Nadia."
Hey.
So,
how you doing?
Yeah. So I'm curious. Now, this song, it's a reflection on mental health struggles and how people experience and to cope with it. I'm curious why you went with this angle for the song.
So I feel like I've definitely always battled anxiety for a majority of my life, and writing about it was an inevitable thing. And last year when I sat down to write it, I think I was experiencing the most heightened amounts of anxiety that I had ever gone through, because I moved to LA. I was saying yes to everything, and I was just really not present with myself and my work. And we sat down to write the song, and it just kind of like flowed out. It was very natural. And I always try to get a little bit more raw with each song, and I think that this one was like getting down to the bone, and it felt really good to write. So
nice. So this was just kind of like the pouring out of everything you were going through since the move.
Yes. And then when we actually came down to tracking it here in 2020, it was anxiety galore, even for people who hadn't ever experienced anxiety. I think a lot of us were getting familiar with that feeling, because of quarantine and the pandemic. So it gave it a whole new life. So
yeah. How'd you cope with it? How are you able to keep the anxiety from just like taking over you?
Definitely my art. If I didn't have music, I would be even more of a mess than I already am. Honestly, I feel like my anti-anxiety pill is songwriting, and that is my place of refuge when I am feeling anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned that when you first got to LA, you were saying yes to everything. You were like, "I'll do this, I'll do that." And certainly, when you get to like a new spot and you're trying to like build your brand, that's kind of a reflexive thing. You want to just take on whatever projects you can get. But what happened that made you stop doing that?
I think there came a point where I just had to shut everything out, and the situation, when I first came out here, I was overexerting myself and my creativity, and I was left with kind of nothing for myself. And the songwriting session for Anxiety was like recentering, like, okay, this song is for you, about what you're going through, not like because you need to write a song. It was like getting back to my core of artistry and why I do what I do. When I first came out to LA, I think it was like this race to like find my footing here and, find my tribe. And it was just, one of those like epiphany moments in that songwriting session. So
okay. These days, do you find yourself still having to struggle against saying yes to like every opportunity?
Yes, but it's not as bad. I think quarantines allowed me the time and space to reprioritize what's actually important. And I do find it easier to structure out my weeks and my days to be less chaotic. And therefore, I'm able to give a little bit more self love. And therefore, I'm writing better music. And I think, it's always going to be a battle for me to not want to say, I'm definitely like a very like, I have a zest for life. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. And then, I realize that I put 10 things in one day and then I'm just like dead. But it's definitely gotten easier. And there's a lot more balance arriving to my life slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Because you just never know which opportunity is like going to be like the big payoff. So I imagine it's kind of hard to say no because it's like, well, it sounds like this could be a big deal, but I'm already doing like 20 like other things, so I don't have time for it. But at the same time, you just like never know.
Yeah, and LA is the city of illusions, like everyone's got a big promise and big connections, and you're like, oh, that sounds amazing if that actually pans out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it can be kind of confusing as to what's actually like good for your soul.
If you met someone who was in your spot, like they had just moved to LA, they were trying to like find their footing, make their mark, what advice would you give them when it comes to getting those opportunities and kind of like sifting through them to see what's going to be the best for them?
I would say initially do explore different things and then listen to your intuition as to whether or not it is something that you want to continue or a collaboration that you want to pursue further. I think the trouble that I wound up in is I was saying yes to too many things and then I wasn't listening when it was like, okay, yeah, this isn't for you. So do explore all of the opportunities and the avenues that you can go down and then go with what actually feels good in your body.
Okay, all right. Now, for this song, I saw that you had partnered with Music Cares, and this is a nonprofit organization associated with the Recording Academy that raises funds to support music people in need. And certainly right now, there's a huge need, as we've seen shows just come to a grinding halt, tours have stopped, CD releases have stopped, everything has just come to this great stop. What led you to this organization, and why did you want to work with them?
So, with it being the time that we're in, and I feel like musicians have always had a disadvantage. We're always kind of, that whole starving artist thing is real. We're constantly like paycheck to paycheck, show to show, and we got flipped upside down. It's one of the most flipped upside down industries, I think, from this pandemic. I mean, so many other spaces have been horrendously impacted, but with musicians already having had that disadvantage and then having to we're already having to be quick on our feet and creative every month that we're in the inferno anyway, and then it's like, well, those tactics or those methods of getting don't even exist for you anymore. No shows, no. So I really wanted to partner with Music Cares because they really do focus on mental health as well, which is huge. I think it's like a prerequisite to be an artist to have like anxiety, depression, or to have some inner struggles. And I think that those really got amplified by the pandemic because art is our healer and our way of communicating the pain of the masses as well as our own individual struggles. So I think it just seemed like a no-brainer, with anxiety and what they do, and not, they don't just provide financial support and help, but they also provide resources for mental health to artists, and I think that's beautiful. So
Definitely. I'm curious, when the pandemic first hit and you found everything just stopping, how did you pivot? How were you able to keep things going?
it was a really big struggle in the beginning. Like, I think the first 2 weeks I was in a dream state. I was like, this isn't real. Like, like I just wasn't like quite connecting with reality. And then by like week 3, 4, it was like panic, paranoia, and like the whole song of anxiety. Like that was the vibe and the feeling for that few weeks. And then I feel like I came to like a more centered place after going through that cycle, and my team and I circled back. I think we like disbanded because we were all like in survival mode, like what do we do? And then I had like a come to Jesus conversation with one of my producers, and I was like, we got to keep going, we've got to do this, this is our opportunity to actually really like dial in on the music. And we got back at it, and that's when we started looking at anxiety and figuring out how we were going to bring that to life. And I think that really got us back mentally on track and provided us exactly the medicine we needed. And we've just been kind of inspired through that to continue to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've seen some areas where shows have begun to resume, mostly like outdoor stuff. What's it like in your area?
So there are some socially distanced shows going on. I actually have one, any LA folks out there, on October 30th at the Mint. So come through, wear your masks, and they also have great food and beverages. So that's going to be fun too. Like that'll be my first time getting back out live.
Oh, cool.
I'm so excited.
Wow.
And
so
then,
your first show in what, like 6 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But don't worry, I'm not rusty. I have been in my apartment putting in the work.
That's good.
So, but I also forgot I do have a show at sorry, AC Hotel. Thank you. Edward is here to help me keep track of things. AC Hotel on October 22nd here in LA as well.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be cool. And then I have an online show on October 24th. Jeez, dates. What is time? So anyone out there in any city can tune into that, and tickets are just $5. And if anyone has any financial strain, I would love to cover your admission because I just want you to be there. So.
Oh, cool. All right, the October 30th show, is this going to be like a costume show?
Costume?
Yeah, Halloween show.
Oh yeah, I am dressing up.
Nice.
For sure.
What are you going to be?
I'm not too sure yet, actually. I'm thinking like maybe Wonder Woman. I'm feeling very like I just want to be powerful.
Nice. Because like what I see, like most bands when they do the Halloween shows, they will dress up as other bands. It's just kind of like a thing.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll channel some like 80s rocker chick vibes.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I like that idea. So folks, go to the show, definitely bring a mask, bring your costumes, dress, however you want. This is going to be a definitely awesome show. Did you have a lot of shows that had to get just sidelined when this first happened? Any like tours that you had planned?
Yes. I actually was supposed to be in the UK last month on a little tour.
Oh, jeez. That's killer.
A little follow-up tour. I was there in January and it was amazing. So, but I'm ready for that when that comes back around in 2021, hopefully.
Okay.
So.
And Bishop Chips has a recommendation. He thinks Pat Benatar should be your choice.
You like got in my brain because I legit was thinking Pat Benatar. That's awesome.
That's very cool.
I love Pat.
Go for that one. Let's talk about the music video. Okay, this one is so powerful, and again, folks, definitely check us out. It's on YouTube. Watch it a bunch. This one basically shows you just having this complete breakdown, basically. I mean, that's probably the best way to describe it. I mean, I won't give all details away because, folks, you want to go watch it. What was I'm curious, did you like plan this whole thing out? Did you get to like script how you want it to go?
So we basically wanted to create this voyeuristic video that portrays the inner voice of anxiety. And, that inner voice is essentially just our really critical subconscious. And it's just a lower vibration of ourselves, running shit. And with that, we, wanted to kind of have like this horror aesthetic, and we developed the storyline with my cousin Noor Gazardine. She's an amazing filmmaker. She kind of helped me realize the vision and figure out like all the little nitty gritty details of how we were going to portray this. And I feel like anxiety is something, when it's not dealt with, can easily transform into something more serious, like mania. Like if you're up late at night anxious, it's going to just progress into a heightened state of fear and like energy that's not healthy. So that's why, as the video goes on, my character is kind of on edge and like searching for this, like the character feels like she's being watched in her own home, but it's essentially just her anxious self. And as the video goes on, she almost grows more of an acceptance for that anxiety or that presence, and kind of succumbs to the power of it, I guess. And that can easily happen when you don't talk about your feelings and you aren't open with what's going on internally. And that's why this song has been really healing, is just to like get it out there and also hear about other people's experiences with it too.
What's been the response since the video was posted?
Lots of positive. I've gotten a lot of warmth back from it, and it's just been really interesting to just hear other people's different experiences with anxiety and hear that they identify with the premise of the video. And even just being on set and filming that video and getting to like physically act out what goes on in my mind was just so cathartic. That's my laundry fairy. Fresh sheets.
Woo! Fresh clothes. Woo!
But yeah, I think just it's been really positive, and I'm glad that we got to visually depict the song as well. Mm-hmm. So
how does it feel to be releasing stuff, to be like putting out new music, the new music video, where so much has had to be like either sidelined or stopped?
It feels amazing. I feel lucky to be in the position as an indie kid too, not with a label, any of that sort of backing, to be able to still put out music and to have a team of people that believe in me. Shout out to Tyler Spratt. I know you're on this feed. Hey, David. And my manager, Eduardo. It just feels really, really incredible to not have to sit on the sidelines while I have all this extra time to be creating and putting stuff out there. And I feel really lucky. I know there's a lot of artists out there who have had to kind of wait to put out stuff because of this crazy time. And it is harder to put out music because you can't put out shows, or you can't perform to really promote the records, but we're finding creative ways and still putting ourselves out there. And it's really nice to be able to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you said, you like normally when you have a new release, you do like a release show and a tour and a this and a that, and it's all of a sudden it's like, nope, not doing any of those things. So you've had to, like you said, you've had to really change how you do things because the normal options just aren't there.
Yep, we've definitely been getting a little more creative over here on how to reach people and how to get the song out there. Mm-hmm. So
nice. One thing I saw in your bio that I really was curious about, you mentioned that that you create conscious pop music. Define that for us and how you arrived at that particular style.
So I feel like every song has a particular message and a particular thing I'm trying to convey or get through and help people through. And with that, I align with organizations that I feel like propel that message forward even further. So, like, for example, my song Boomerang, it was inspired by an experience I had with domestic violence that I kept going back to, or like situations that I've gone back to that weren't healthy for me. So I partnered with Peace Over Violence. It's a LA-based organization that helps people get back on their feet and get out of situations that are toxic. And, you know, with anxiety, it being a song about mental health struggles, we partnered with Music Cares to, you know, help them propel, you know, do the work that they do to continue the message of what my song means to me and others. So that's where the conscious part goes into, because like the songs are, you know, my gifts and like what I have to offer, but I want them to be extended a whole another layer. And that's why I'm happy to find organizations that can take it to the next level.
So what is next for you?
Next up, I've got some holiday music.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that before. Yes, the Halloween album.
No, actually, so my Halloween EP, we are pushing to 2021. We're going to be trickling out these songs as singles instead. And that's because anxiety kind of like did a little blip. We're going to just let it shine a little bit more, and I don't want to smother it with these other songs. And I want to push that one to the ends of the earth, and then we will, you know, get those other songs out as the timeline is needed in 2021. And next in November, I'm releasing some Christmas music. So I've got...
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. A new Christmas original. Sometimes that hiccup just sneaks its way in.
Yep.
But it's a song called Christmas Card, and it's a little fun holiday bop. I think you guys are really going to love it. And then I also am putting out an acoustic version of my last year's Christmas release called Holidays and Confused, which is a song Tyler's working on it. That new Christmas song right now. It's sounding really good. And it's just, it feels really groovy and swingy, and I'm really excited about it. I think you guys are going.
Cool. I did not know you were such like a Christmas music fan, but this is really cool because so am I.
I honestly didn't know I was either until I realized I was good at writing Christmas songs. I was like, oh, you're going to put me in this box and I have to make it not cheesy and like good. Challenge accepted. And it's been kind of fun to make Christmas music. I enjoy it.
Is there another music video planned?
Mm-hmm. We are working on the concept for Christmas Card this week, actually, and we're going to shoot it in the next couple of weeks. So, in development.
We want it now, damn it, now!
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Jeez. All right. Well, Nadia, once again, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. We'll definitely do it again when the Christmas stuff is ready to go, I think. In the meantime, give us another quick rundown as to the upcoming shows.
Upcoming shows, we have AC Hotel, October 22nd. We have my online show on the 24th with High Plateau Productions. Sorry, guys, I'm a mess. Too many things. And then we have October 30th at the Mint. So my LA folks, I hope you can come out to the in-person shows, and then anyone in other cities would love to see you on my online show. If you have any financial strain, I will happily cover your ticket, as I just want you to be there. And I'm looking forward to sharing some unreleased music with you guys as well at these shows.
New stuff?
Yes.
New Christmas stuff or new other things?
New other things. So with a little bit of a different vibe. So.
Okay. I dig that. Do you find...
A little bit more.
Oh, so this is going to be your thrash metal phase?
Yeah, this is going to be my metal project. No, that's
do that, please. Come on.
Yeah, don't worry, Max. I got you on some metal. We're going to make some metal music.
Do the metal Christmas album.
Oh my God. Tyler, you hear that?
Tyler's like, damn it.
We're definitely doing that.
Oh, please do. I would love to see a metal Christmas album.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yes, this concept is happening.
All right, cool. Tyler, starting over again. In the meantime, folks, you can go to NadiaVaeh.com, VAEH.com. Tyler's down with it. He says, let's get it. We're having this thing. Excellent. Well, Nadia, once again, thank you so much for joining me. It's been great talking about the new music, the new video. I'm really glad that you have all this new stuff coming out and that you're back on stage. That's really good news, too.
Feels good. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Max. It's a pleasure as always. And let's talk in about a month when this Christmas stuff is going.
Done. Sold. We're doing it.
Cool. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Yeah.
Bye, Dave.
This is your girl, Lady V, host of the V-Line, and you're listening to Citywide Blackout.
Hey, everyone. Max Bowen from Citywide Blackout here. Well, it's that time of the year again. In just a few months, the annual Rhode Island Author Expo returns. This event brings together more than 100 authors from all genres. Now, this year will be a lot different, because like so many other events, they decided to cancel the physical one in the interest of public safety. But that doesn't mean the show doesn't happen. In fact, this year it's going all virtual, with panels, author coffee clutches, and a whole lot more. And once more, I'll be the MC of this wonderful event. Now, the whole thing happens on December 5th, and you should definitely check out riauthorexpo.com for more information and a complete list of events. I'll see you there. All right, folks, that brings the episode to a close. You can follow the show on Facebook under Citywide Blackout and Twitter and Instagram under Citywide Max. Listen to the show on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, and every Saturday at 10 p.m. on Boston Free Radio. To close things out, I've got the new single, Anxiety. As always, keep those ears open.
I think I wear it on my chest lately. Sometimes I wish it was in front of me. Wearing armor for a chase, try to give my head a rest, but it always gets the best of me. Here comes the paranoia, uncomfortably loyal. Got a tongue made out of cotton, and all I know's forgotten. Flirting with the stress, I guess I like them cold sweats. Head is like a mess, I'm sending out an SOS. Lying to myself, I guess I need some real help. I give myself the best critique. I think I'm falling for anxiety. My thoughts are on the run from me. Flirting with the stress, I guess I like them cold sweats. I like them cold sweats, sweat on me. On the outside, trying to keep it low key, but on the inside, I'm like, please hold me. Wearing armor for a dress, try to give my head a rest, but it always gets the best of me. Here comes the paranoia, uncomfortably loyal. Got a tongue made out of cotton, and all I know's forgotten. Flirting with the stress, I guess I